Russian-led militants release toxic ammonia in Donbas, provoking red flag fears.
Here's a summary of the article.
Militants in the occupied city of Horlivka in Donetsk Oblast in eastern Ukraine released toxic ammonia gas into the atmosphere on January 14, according to a report published on Facebook by the Defense Intelligence of Ukraine. The intelligence states that the release of chemicals could be part of a red flag operation, a pretense for a further Russian invasion of Ukraine. The incident comes amidst the backdrop of increasing Russian aggression against Ukraine and warnings of planned false flag operations. The Washington Post estimated that as many as 175,000 combat personnel are poised to invade Ukraine in early 2022, citing U.S. intelligence documents. The Defense Intelligence of Ukraine reported that Russian-backed militants had released chemicals imported into the temporarily occupied territories of Ukraine. On January 14, U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan warned that Russia was preparing a pretext for invading Ukraine. On December 21, Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu attempted to justify Russia's military buildup on the border with Ukraine using so-called reports that U.S. mercenaries were planning to use chemical agents against forces in the Russian-occupied Donbas.
This post received a score of 29,000, with an upvote ratio of 93%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Hey, that's one of them, war crimes.
Well, if it is a war crime and the Russians have intelligence that says Ukraine is to blame, because of course Putin will say that, then Russia are not only allowed, but obliged to intervene militarily to end these war crimes. That's why world powers always say something amounts to a war crime, which is not the same as saying it is a war crime, so they are not forced to intervene and can continue ignoring an ongoing genocide or whatever in some poor country they don't want to get involved with.
Like shooting down a civilian passenger jet?
Obama really should have acted on that one. I'm still pissed off just thinking about it.
There's precedent for a similar response when the U.S. shot down an Iranian airliner.
With a brand new, $1 Brunei destroyer and a documentary film crew on board. A real military fuck-up, per the use.
Do y'all have Wikipedias on this stuff? I need to read up on this.
Here you go. Just as a side comment, years ago I worked at a factory that used ammonia. One night there was a leak. The amount of oh fuck that hits you with just one whiff is horrible. One of the most scared I've ever been. Shit is not cool.
Used to work in a factory with large ammonia tanks 4 stories high. On the first day they told me, if you smell ammonia, don't call anybody. Don't try to yell for help. Just run to the nearest high ground away from the tank because you have about 30 seconds before you're dead if that tank is leaking any slightly large amount of ammonia.
I felt wobbly after a couple of seconds. I can see death happening fast. It is legit scary AF.
What did you do? Go to high ground or put on a gas mask or something?
He's still there and all of us are just hallucinations in his brain running at high speed.
They have a playbook with like 2 plays. Polonium and poison gas.
Russia's propaganda machinery is very experienced making up false flag warnings and is equally adept at denying legitimate attacks. This includes a very sophisticated disinformation network of online trolls and pro-Kremlin think tanks, social media influencers. In 2020, an investigative journalist infiltrated a pro-Kremlin network, by pretending to be a Russian intelligence officer, Ivan. Researchers at Cardiff University tracked a sophisticated troll network that had infiltrated online news websites, posting pro-Russia and anti-Western comments. So this pattern may predict Russia's future plans, a potential false flag gas attack or conventional attack that their multi-channel propaganda outfit will focus on and amplify. Lavrov at the UN, their military repeating the lies, news stories on their state-controlled TV and news websites, various Kremlin bots and Kremlin-supported Western experts and think tanks on Twitter, print media, and online platforms repeating the Kremlin's line.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.